Effect. This your man B coming at you again. As I was saying, man, this college football week was off the chain. Another big game that we was looking at, man, is this. It was the University of Washington versus Auburn. Initially, they started off slow. Quarterback from the University of Washington, my man Brownie, he should be a Heisman hopeful, but he continues to struggle in this matter. But once they got their bearings under there and they on the roll and they held their own with Auburn, a lot of people look at the end result. This is what I was talking about a second ago. Like, again, I was saying we have to look at the entire picture. Yes, the University of Washington lost. There is no way around the University of Washington losing. But when you go on the roll to an SEC foe and duke it out, I got to give you mad respect for that, man. I got to give you props for that. So I had to shake it up with them, man. And the game that I really want to talk to you about was a blowout, but it had some ancillary issues in regards to this. And y'all know what this is about. This is about the University of Alabama and their quarterback situation. Now, a lot of people are saying Nick Saban is handling this wrong. If you're listening and you believe Nick Saban is handling this wrong, please let me know. I don't think so. Now, do I like the way he's handling it? No. Is he handling it wrong? No. Is it the way I would handle it? Yes. If I was Jalen Hurts' father, would I like it? No. As a sports fan, do I like it? No. As a sports commentator, so to speak, do I understand it? Yes, I do. And if you would like me to explain, I'm going to. And if you don't, go to down the dive. But here's the situation. You got Jalen Hurts that ran this dude. He's lost 2 games in his entire career. He's gone to 2 national championship games, and he's lost one, and he had somebody to come off the bench and win the second one. You got this dude Tua come out. He acted a fool. He killed it. He killed the game. He looked real good. The man looked outstanding. I'm going to get on some of that Tua stuff, that Tua hype, in a minute. Kind of blew me this week. But the reason I don't blame Nick Saban for how he's handling it is this. Nick Saban is saying, he's handling like a smart coach would. At the end of the day, Jalen Hurts got 2 seasons on his belt. Bam. Wham. And that's it. 2 full seasons on this belt, and it's going down. Right? This dude, David Tua, he has a half of football in his life. We don't know if this is a flash in the pan, which more than likely it's not. We don't know if this dude gonna get hurt, so you got to try to keep both these guys happy. But this is when the flaw comes in that. They changed the red shirt rules this year, people. If you play in more than 4 games, you get dinged for the whole season. If I'm Jalen Hurts, and he graduates, from what I understand, he graduates in January. If I'm Jalen Hurts, I'm telling them, look, man, don't put me in another damn game. You get the 3rd string quarterback out here and get him some work. In these blowouts, you get him some work because I'm out of here. And that's how that needs to be handled. But you cannot get, in my opinion, you cannot get mad at Nick Saban for trying to keep 2 what he perceives as very good quarterbacks on his roster. That's just the way it goes, man. You got beat out. And you just got, sometimes you have to ride the bench. But when you got a guy who you believe is capable of starting, and you got a guy who you believe is better than your capable starter, I'm with Coach Saban. I'm keeping both of them. Now, the problem I do have with him is the way he mouthing off the people on the sidelines. See, this is why I had an issue with the homie Rob Parker. Even though Rob Parker hasn't mentioned a word about saving him, Rob Parker is traditionally on point by criticizing people like Nick Saban for being difficult with the media. This is what LeBron James talking about on the shop. Where is the backlash for people like Coach Saban acting a damn fool with these reporters? You know, I understand that, see, he called and apologized to her directly, and then he apologized publicly and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear that, man. You created a situation to whereas your decision-making will be questioned. And since your decision-making is being questioned, don't get mad when they question it. And mainstream media, I almost said Bino Cook, the late great Bino Cook. All these Kirk Herbstreits and all these dudes, Chris Fowler, Dan Dockich, and all these people who do college sports. Where's all the criticism of Nick Saban right now? Because when these pro athletes or these athletes get in trouble, Kirk Herbstreit, you always on their ass. But when these coaches or one of y'all favorites get in trouble, Urban Meyer, it's just, it's that situation, we're mad at him for a couple days. Nah, man, y'all need to be holding this dude's feet to the fire. And I'm tired of people just overlooking this ill behavior by these dumbass coaches. See, people don't like Greg Popovich. You can clearly see at this point Greg Popovich is going along with the script. He's laughing at these dudes that they're afraid to talk to him now. And it's almost a joke now. But I don't think Greg Popovich and Bill Belichick get smart with you and give you some droll, because those are ridiculous questions in a lot of cases that these people are asking. And stop asking me the same question in a different way as if I'm going to give you a different answer. That's annoying. But this young lady did not ask an annoying question. You were half-assed doing what you were doing, and now you want to get mad at people when they, you the one created this quarterback controversy. Urban Meyer announced his quarterback back in June, gave his backup quarterback enough time to transfer down to LSU. Everybody else announced their quarterback months ago. You trying to hold on to yours when you could have just simply said, look, man, Jalen, my man better than you, and either you can transfer or I want you to be the backup. And get Jalen in a situation. But I don't understand why he did it that way, but I do understand him wanting both people on his team. I understand that. I get it. But I don't get why you get the right to get smart with somebody. Because you know what? If she'd have got smart right back, then it would have been an issue. See, it goes back to, then it's, you have to keep your composure. No, we're human beings, and we're not going to allow people to talk to us recklessly. You ain't going to talk crazy to me and then put me in a trick bag. I'm sorry, you just not. It's just not going to happen that way. So, with that being said, Coach Saban needs to keep his shirt on tight and not disrespect people, man. It's just kind of stupid. It's just stupid as hell, man. I just don't like the disrespect. And at this point in the show, I'm going to talk about something a lot of y'all don't want to talk about. But who cares? Because it's my show. And you know what I'm talking about? I'm going to talk about Major League Baseball. While y'all wasn't looking, man, Major League Baseball has heated T-hell up, man. And there are no races closer than the National League. Now, you got, out of nowhere, you got the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies, two teams that nobody even expected to be doing anything. Then in the Central Division, you got the Cubs, the Braves 2.5 up on the Phillies. We got a whole lot of baseball to go. 5 weeks. We got 3 weeks of baseball to go, 2.5 games in the National League East. We got same amount of time with 3 games in the National League Central. And you got a half a game separating Colorado Rockies and the Dodgers. And look, by the way, the Cardinals in the mix, the Brewers in the mix. Man, it's going down. Now, the Cubs have been tripping over the last 10 games. They on a 2-game losing streak, man. They 6-4 in their last 10. When you in a race this close, come on, y'all. Y'all can't do this, man. Y'all finally start getting the bats in order. Y'all getting healthier. You cannot be losing. You cannot go on no losing streak, because even if you do pull it out, man, if you playing up and down, the playoffs, you don't want to stumble into the playoffs. I'm just sorry. You just don't want to do that, y'all. Hey, come on, cuz. Y'all tripping. Keep your little streak going in regards to making the playoffs. It's a nice streak. Chicago hasn't had any postseason baseball on a consistent basis in a very, very long time. So I'm going to need the Cubs to wake the hell up and get their asses in gear. I'm not a Cub fan. No, I am not. I do live in the city of Chicago. I was born in the city of Chicago. But, hey, it's about the city at this point. Will I be rooting for the Cubs? Hell no. But I'm from Chicago. I mean, I ain't gonna root against them. I'm not gonna root for them. That's just the way it is. But keep it in mind, man. This is gonna be a very interesting situation. I'm looking forward to it because when you got the Milwaukee Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals, two people in the Cubs division vying for a playoff spot, then you go to the National League East. Come on, man. Look at these Dodgers and Colorado Rockies. It's Colorado Rockies 76 and 62. The Dodgers 76 and 63. And the Arizona Diamondbacks are a game and a half back at 75 and 64. Man, that is a hell of a race. Then you look at the Cubs, 81 and 57, 79 and 61, 77 and 62. We got 3 weeks of baseball. We got a whole month of baseball. We got a month of baseball. People, it is only the 5th. It is the 5th of the month. Get up, get up. Don't go to the grocery store, into the mall. Link card in full effect, y'all. Link card. But, and then even when you go, the Houston Astros, they stumbled a little bit in the month of August. It looked like they got their act back together. They won the last 4, 73 in the last 10. And they have regained the advantage over the Oakland Athletics and the Seattle Mariners. Seattle Mariners fell off like bad dope. But it's looking good for them. They finally get back on track. Then you got the Cleveland Indians. They've been copping blowing there. You know, they up and down, up and down, up and down. But they 15.5 up. The New York Yankees, they are, look, get this. The New York Yankees will be in first place in any other division in Major League Baseball, but they are a whopping 9 games back. While we talking about baseball, I want to talk about the Cy Young Award. Max Scherzer versus DeGrom. Now, the question I have for sports fans is this. When you are looking at 2 pitchers, both of them have been extremely dominant. Max Scherzer has a piss-poor record, but he has the best ERA in all of baseball. Jacob DeGrom is mowing people down. You can't remember the last time he had a bad game, but his record is stupendous. Who do you get a Cy Young to? The guy who is extremely dominant, but he's not winning? Cost Astros World Series. Anthony Aquarius, that's what you say? Dang. Talk to me, Anthony Aquarius. You know what, man? I'm going to open up the phone lines, man. I want to hear why the Cards, and I want to hear this. Anthony Aquarius, man, call your boy at 773 727, excuse me, 797-2409, 797-2409. Call your boy Anthony Aquarius, man, and the ground for sight. Man, talk to me, Anthony Aquarius. Call the show, man. I want to hear what you got to say, brother. Because I want to have this conversation live from the Bronx, man. But DeGrom, Cy Young, and the Astros Cubs World Series. You know what's crazy about that? At one point, they were division rivals. Dig that. But I want to know why Anthony Aquarius think the Cardinals versus the Astros in the World Series, and I want to know why Jason DeGrom is going to be the Cy Young Award winner. And holla at your boy, man. 773-797-2409. 773-797-2409. But I'm enjoying this this National League playoff run because wow, Anthony Aquarius thinks the Astros and the Cubs are going. Astros and who did you say? Damn, I'm not even looking at them anymore. Astros and the Cardinals. I want to know why, man. I really want to know why. Because it's going to be interesting, man. Why don't you think the Braves going to make it? Because the Braves got defense, they got pitching, they got hitting, they got time leading, they got power. Bullpen solid. Why not them? Talk to me, Anthony Aquarius. But this is going to be an interesting situation because at the end of the day, we're always putting ourselves in a situation to whereas we can be entertained easily when you're dealing with Major League Baseball. it's going to always be a